covering, whatever I wanted to cover in my own opinion. And then it suddenly kind of turned into covering celebrity news. And so I kind of found a voice for myself in that. Because, I've always been someone when something happens to a celebrity, you're like, what the hell was they thinking? Like, you start asking those questions that you would ask your friends. Like, what the hell was this person thinking, trying to think that they could do something like that and get away with it, and da da da. So I started to do that, and once what I started to do, that was when MySpace was really, really big. So I would get my entertainment reports together, and I would send off all my blogs to radio DJs, so that during their morning shows they could have entertainment news. So that started to work because stations across the country would say 01lt.com. I had changed it to that. 01lt.com is reporting, and then out of the blue one day SOHH.com hit me. And they were like, you're in Atlanta, we see you doing something, we have an opportunity for you to come on as a blogger, and would you be interested? I was like, yeah, sure. But my name is Lloyd Thurston Dinwiddie, and everyone calls me LT Dinwiddie, people who know me. And so I was like, well, yeah. So I had to draw up an alias. I'm like, well, for safety reasons, you couldn't have your real name. So you had to have an alias. So I'm like, okay. I was like, how about the Jolly Green Giant? So that's what I had submitted. I said, you know what, I think I'll be the Jolly Green Giant. But Soul was like, yeah, that's not really hip hop enough. So then Brandy, she said, well, how about we go with just Giant? And so then it just became So Giant. Soul is big, so he put Giant with it. And so my very first event was covering the Young Jeezy party at the Tabernacle where he was dating Keisha Cole, and it was very on the low, and the publicist was Nicole Garner. And I remember going in there, and I remember seeing Keisha Cole sitting there because it was rehearsal. I shouldn't even have been in there, and she was sitting there, and that was when it was kind of rumored that they were dating, but no one had it confirmed. So I had my first exclusive right then and there. I got video with my little camera, and I was like, oh my God, I'm getting this. And so the rest is history. And then I've always had a strong opinion, and so I went about I took the So Atlanta brand as making it my own site. It was going to be, I always have been someone, if you give me the opportunity, I'm going to run with it. And so when I had this opportunity to connect myself to a bigger entity like SOHH.com, which was at the time was the highest hip hop site online, I just manipulated that to expand the brand as quickly as I could. And I started doing it by pissing people off. I would start going in on artists like, Bow Wow, Jermaine Dupri, and I mean just for maybe the whack music or the easily spotted gimmick, things like that. So I started to draw a reaction from these people, because then it started to go from the comments were like 50, 60 comments about calling me everything from the child of God. It was really, really crazy. And I remember it would hurt my feelings, man, to see these people who didn't know me. They would go they would go in. And so then I started to get that I was started getting events. So I go to an event. I've always been someone who I'll blog about you, and then I will still go into a party and introduce myself to you. And I remember seeing people like Big Boy or Ludacris or someone, and I would say, I'm Giant. And I remember Big Boy would cuss me out on the red carpet. I've had some run-ins with these people or play a circle. They almost fought me at the Dirty Awards. It's gotten crazy, but I got here by just hustling hard and making it work, and the rest is history.
So now, okay, it's almost seemed like a real quick, fast pace. We can think back to when Jeezy was dating Keisha Cole. So for that to be, how long have you had a passion for entertainment and news and?
Well, since I was a kid, I've always been interested in entertainment news. I've always been interested in, fascinated with celebrities. I remember being like 16, 17 years old, and this is going to sound so crazy, I know, but I would have my Bible on Sundays was Us Weekly, the National Enquirer, the local paper, and Vibe. I would just sit there and I would just peel those pages apart. So I always had a passion for entertainment, but I never thought I would do anything like that. I come from a family where you go to school and you get you a real job and you don't have crazy dreams like that.
Right. Where you from?
I'm from New Jersey. This is interesting. I tell people I'm from here but everywhere because my parents were, I was born in New Jersey. I spent a few years there, but my parents were military, so I traveled to Japan, Guam, a few other places, and so, you know, I've seen so many different things. I always tell people that I'm from everywhere.
Right. Okay, so, I mean, a lot of people...
And you're filming this, so what did I tell you? What did I tell you?
The cake ain't here, though. We moved the cake.
You said no cake.
The drop, remember?
Oh, no, that was me. He didn't know about that.
Oh, well.
That's why we bow.
Yeah.
But now, okay.
Do we just get Gyant having to retract a possible statement on camera?
Not retract. I have the biggest headache. Huge headache. So, okay, fine. Ether me. Yeah. This is one of those moments where I see what happens with celebrities. So they get trapped.
You know what? We see.
And they don't want to seem uncool, so they go with it, knowing that their career's gonna be over by the time the interview's done. But you know, they didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
We just happy to have like a big name celebrity like Gyant to even be sitting here.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, for real, you in the B feature section, like you sitting next to
honored.
Devons and the Travis Porters and
Isn't that amazing?
the people that's doing it.
It's incredible. I'm incredible. I'm amongst good people.
So yeah, so again, like I said, a lot of people would like love to have your job, I'm sure. So what's some of the funnest parts about being Gyant, about doing your thing?
Man, you know what? The greatest thing about being or doing what I do is the fact that I get up. I get the ability to wake up in the morning and and I can get paid to have an opinion, to expand a brand on just being authentic in who I am. I tell people I'm an asshole. I am just opinionated in what I believe, and I think that I speak for most people who have the ability of having common sense. And a lot of these celebrities lack common sense. And so I'm saying what everyone is thinking, and I'm saying it on the most simplistic level as possible. You know, I'm not a writer, so I'm not trying to lose you in the jargon of saying the simple ass sentence, you know, and that's one of the things that I believe has been a huge contribution to the expanding of why Gyant is, you know, Gyant.
So that gets my mind churning, of course. I mean,
why?
Because you're so candid, like, I mean, to have a person that keeps it real, like, I mean, you can imagine most people want their interviews to be so, oh, we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about this, but I mean, see, I'm inclined to, I mean, who's the biggest asshole? Like, who's you deal with so many people from Jennifer Hudson.
The biggest assholes. Well, you know what, I'll tell you, I mean, she wasn't an asshole, but Jennifer Hudson definitely...
I know to bring that.
Jennifer Hudson definitely disappointed me. And let me tell you the story because, you know, I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a huge Jennifer... This is before I was blogging. I was blogging at that point in time, but this is when I met, you know, the frumpy girl with the big, horrible, kind of weavy, curly, permy hair with a voice that I was like, damn. And for the first time, I stopped to actually care about something on television. And to watch her develop and wear those horrible dresses on American Idol and the aluminum foil and all kind of craziness and the pink and whatever. And to see her, you know, do that journey and then get voted off American Idol. I mean, me and my friends were like so depressed. We went to like Denny's and got like the super fudge hot Sunday. We just said, what the fuck did sense did that make? Because I remember her last song was, I think, like a trip to England with Barry Manilow's record. But so when she got off the show, we were communicating via MySpace, and I was like, yeah, I kept.
I'm like a college boy, no, I'm not a college boy. I am a so icy boy, I'm tatted like a biker boy. We are the so icy gang, tatted like a biker gang. Dread it up, braid it up, wet it up and bed it up. Bitch, you don't wanna bet, pull up in my Chevy vet. Nah, you ain't ready yet.